Hey there, welcome to day 114 of playing chess every day until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 1276 after a win and a draw yesterday. And let's go ahead and jump into I'm going to do another 10-minute game. Again, we've done that the past couple days. Okay, here we go. We got white up against a 1272. And it looks like he's maybe going for like the King's Indian setup. So I'm going to play knight c3 here. That's what I go for. Okay. Not used to seeing that. I'm going to go ahead and just play e4 because I'm able to. Yeah, he can't play here. My bishop, yeah, my bishop's fine. This is guarded. Okay, so we're able to take the center here. Let's just, I think let's just bring the queen up here and then castle right away. Or do I need to do anything to secure the center? I can always play here. Have to decide where I want my knight here to go. Yeah, let's just go queen up here. Castle queen side. Okay. He's playing kind of weird stuff. I mean, this knight's going to be kind of stuck on the edge here, I think, if I just play here. So, oh wait, actually no, I can just take, no, never mind, he has the rook. He has the rook guarding, but if he castles, then I can just take the knight. So for now, I'm going to play here, so the knight's just stuck on the edge. Just play f3. Both these squares are cut off. Okay, let's just castle. His light square bishop is open, but it can't really develop to any of these squares. And let's go, where do I want this bishop? I'm not sure where I want this one actually. I think I'm just going to put it, well, if I go here, the knight can't really develop. Should I just go here right away? No, he's able to get, let's go here and then try to play here. Okay, that's still good. But he can't castle, so if he castles, I can just take the knight, and the knight can't hop away here. Okay, so the knight moves. Can't go there, but let's go ahead and play here and just try to break this side open. I think that makes sense to do. Okay. And go here. And now I could probably hop the knight in this way. Okay, these pawns are under attack. This one's guarded. This one's not guarded. Oh wait, no, it is guarded with that. But if I hop the knight in front, then it's not guarded. If I play here, he takes, I take. He can trade the queen. If I play here though and he takes, I could take this way. I don't know if that's good. Oh wait, he is double attacking this pawn actually, so for now let's just support it here. Oops. Okay. I'm just gonna support it for now just to keep this simple. This one is guarded. This is all guarded. Oh, he takes? Oh, because that's going to be pinned there. Okay, yeah, I missed that. Take. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do, actually. If I take here... Okay, actually, I don't want to play too slow, so let's try to speed up. Is he threatening? Yeah, he's threatening this as well, so... Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and take here. He's able to take with the bishop. It's going to be looking at the rook. So we're going to move the rook. Let's move it... Where do I want to move it? thinking here because I can move the bishop and that'll be open. If I move the knight, he's able to take here. So I might try to put the queen where it can guard as well, and then that frees me up to move the knight. Or I could just push the pawn, but then I don't really have a threat anymore. Okay, he's just threatening to take it. I think I'm just going to push it. Because then I don't have to worry too much about that. If I take, he takes. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to allow that. So I'm just going to push the pawn. We still have the rook supporting it here. Okay, the bishop moves. Let's just develop the knight, I think. The queen comes in here. Then I'll have to figure out what I want to do about that. Maybe rook. Well, the knight's not guarded, so... Oh no, I can go rook here. Then he takes there. No, the knight guards it. So yeah, let's go here. Also have to be mindful of these two pawns being defended by the knights and the queen, because if I hop the knights away, maybe he'll be able to take if this one moves or something. Okay, he just captures right away. Just take here. My king is a little safer than his, so I am thinking of trying to break the center open. If possible. Don't want to give up this pawn. Here, here. He has two defenders. Take here. He takes... Okay, I'm going to move... Maybe I can do something with the knight. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll try to go here and open it up that way. Because if here he takes... Maybe I end up with an isolated pawn. Okay, I'm just going to go for trying to open this up because I don't have a great other idea here. And his king is in the center, so it should be good to try to open up the center. Alright, he castles right away. I think I'm going to just... Well, now he has the... Take back with the pawn here. This opens up. Maybe I try to take this over. Or I just keep these here and we just keep his bishop kind of weak. If he takes, I take here. He has two defenders for that. Let's... What should I do? Okay, I don't want to take. I think I'm going to hop the knight in here. And if he does take, maybe the knight comes here. No, but that's still... I can just take that. I think I'm playing a little bit too slow here. What if I push there? Okay, no, I'm not sure. I'm just going to go here. It just kind of supports everything. Okay. And let's take here with the bishop. Oh wait, actually after I take there, he's able to win that pawn, yeah. I think, oh wait, no, but I could take here. If he takes, no I can't because his queen's gonna be guarding it by the time he takes there. I am attacking this pawn at least. Okay, so he blocks that right away. So, I think I'm just going to... Do I have a way to defend this pawn with the knight? Maybe I'll drop the knight back to defend. Okay, I'm just going to do that. And what's he gonna go for? I guess he could try to go here, attack the queen. He's able to threaten the rook here if he hops again. Oh wait, no, this rook could just take him. He has a lot of like mobility in his position though. My pieces are a little bit disorganized here. The rooks are kind of not connected. Okay, he just wants a queen trade. Let's just drop back. This is still guarded twice, and if I do push the pawn, maybe I could try to come over here for some kind of attack. Okay, the knight moves with an attack on the queen. Can't take here right away. I think I can't go there. Here doesn't work. I'm just gonna go here. Still defend that. Also, maybe help support this one so that I can move this rook over, because this rook has been kind of useless just purely defending here. I think I'm just going to support this pawn also, just so I don't have to keep worrying about defending it. Maybe, do I want to go knight here and then he trades? Okay, no, he wants maybe to bring his pieces over this way. I'm going to bring the knight in right away and just try to see if I can create some kind of attack. I'm threatening this pawn. Okay, he pushes the pawn. Let's just hop in here anyway and threaten the rook. And then if he attacks, then I can push this pawn to support the knight. And then we do have a passed pawn, and the knight is like pretty deep into enemy territory here. I have to just play really quick though, because I used up too much of my time early on, and I only have 2 minutes. Okay, let's go here. Now I would like to get the queen maybe here, because then we protect against this knight coming in a little bit. We protect against potential mate threats. We guard the knight and we prepare to push this passed pawn further. Also, are there any check ideas? Like, what is check? If I could check on this diagonal, I don't think it does too much, but I guess if I am here, I have the option of coming in and checking if I want. So, okay, interesting move here. I think I'll just attack this pawn. If he pushes, then I'll try to attack that one. I don't have too much time to think. Maybe actually let's just go here. I think I like that. Now we kind of fully cut off the pawn from being guarded by another pawn, so I think I'll be able to attack it with my rook. And this pawn is now supported over here. Okay, he just pushes it again, but let's just... Where do I want to go? Okay, I'm just going to go here. Just keep everything guarded. And I don't think he has a way to defend the pawn. I mean, the queen's defending it, but once I use this rook to attack it, don't think he has a way to defend. He's also using up more of his time, so if I keep playing quickly and make him think, maybe we can get onto an even playing field in terms of the time here. But We don't want him to have any checks, so yeah, currently he doesn't have that check. To keep an eye for this also, if the queen moves away, we do have this fork. Okay, the knight comes in. Yeah, let's just immediately attack. Could try to attack this pawn also and get the fork to work that way, but he'll probably be able to do something to prevent that, so I don't know if it's worth doing. Okay, attacking the rook. I guess the rook is kind of trapped here. Do I have any counterplay against that? I could sack that and then give a check. Or I could just take the pawn. Yeah, let's just take the pawn. Go that way. Now I'm threatening this fork right now. Doesn't have this check. We still guard that. He's down to 2 minutes. Okay, let's just play the fork. It's under 2 minutes. Don't need to think too much about that. I'm gonna drop back to here. Double attack this. Supporting my pawn here. Do I take? Yeah, because if he takes, then I can win the pawn here. Okay. Just gonna take it. Maybe he has some idea with the check or something. I'm not sure, but I don't have time to think, so let's just take. We're back to almost even on time, so just keep playing quickly. We are even on material. Our kings are both pretty exposed. And if he takes and I take back, that comes with a check, so that's kind of nice. Okay, he doesn't take, he's just threatening that. What do I want to do here? Let's just, no, I can't drop back. Let's just go here. Guard that. He doesn't have this check to win the rook. Okay, and I think I'm gonna go king up for now. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I want to prepare this square to just try to swing the rook over. Oh wait, did I just... For some reason I think I thought I was able to do that, but... Okay, I have to take here and then I come up. Okay, let's give check. And then let's go here. Okay, he's able to guard me come up. Come down, I guess. Check. Let's go here. I don't know if that, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's closer to promoting than I am, but he's low on time though. Oh, I blundered my pawn. Okay, I'm just gonna go here. But he's low on time, I can flag him here. There we go, okay. Yeah, and typically I don't win on time in rapid games, but I was way lower on time than I, like, going into the middle game, or I guess into the start of the end game maybe too. And then I just started playing really quickly, and he was having trouble finding some ideas and started taking a lot of his time. and I ended up being able to win win against him just by flagging there. So yeah, that's pretty unusual. I don't normally win that way in a rapid game, but pretty bad accuracy here. 67.3. He had 69.3. Interestingly, the graph was not ever super strong in one side, except for at the end. Once I blundered that pawn, I think it was completely in his favor. But at that point, he was so low on time, and that was at the very last moments. But yeah, pretty bad accuracy in the 60s. Both of us have a blunder, and both of us have a lot of misses. 8 misses between the two of us, so I wonder there might have been a lot of tactics there. I felt like it was taking me a while to see stuff at the start of the game, and that's why I was playing so slow, and then I got a little more comfortable and quicker at the end, even though I was still missing things. Okay, it wanted me to just play here. Oh yeah, that makes way more sense. Kick the knight, make him move to the edge. Okay, I don't know why I didn't consider that. I thought I needed to guard the pawn for some reason. At least we got a win in a new high, 1284. It wasn't my best game, but still got the win. Okay, we trade. That was inaccurate. What did it want me to do here? Queen comes over and attack. Or not attack, I guess. Yeah, it does attack, but it also is defending. Bishop comes back. Knight comes out. So what's the advantage? It's -1. Nothing crazy here. Yeah, it's just that one pawn that I lost by missing the pin here early on. Let me go back to what I played. So it didn't like pushing the pawn. It just wanted me to defend it. Pushing it did put it in a very vulnerable place. So for the rest of the game, I felt like this rook was kind of tied to the pawn, and they didn't have a lot of flexibility. Like the pawn couldn't be pushed, the rook couldn't really move because it was guarding. So it did put me in a worse position by pushing. So I think guarding, it makes sense why it was better. And then here I was just like, position's very equal here, even though he's up a pawn, we're drawn. But I just like couldn't think of a plan at all. So I just figured, okay, his king's in the center, let me try to break it open, but it still didn't quite feel right. And yeah, the engine did not like it at all. -2 after I played that. It wanted me to try to go here. What's the idea there? To then like try to win the pawn back after? It says to go here. We attack the bishop. So we're just trying to break the file open to attack the bishop, I guess. Sacrificing a pawn for that. And the game's still equal here. So even if I sack that pawn, maybe we'll be able to win this one back at some point. And we force his positions to be very underdeveloped. His pieces to be very underdeveloped here. But yeah, I was not considering that. Let me see what else I could have played though, because I don't think I was really considering this, because I didn't want to just lose another pawn. But what if I played, at one point I thought, what if I go here? But then that opens up the diagonal for his bishop, so it's a lot stronger, so I didn't like that so much. Maybe just trying to get some better coordination with the rooks would have been a good idea though. So maybe if I went queen here to kind of support this pawn a bit, or even bishop, no, I don't know, because then he just kicks it. Yeah, what if I just went queen here? Okay, it says good, so we're okay with that. Better than the mistake that I made, and then he brings his knight out. Now we're supporting this pawn. Now maybe I can actually make this rook, put it to better use. Maybe bring it over here. Okay, then it wants to attack the queen here. Queen goes back, so I guess he does win this pawn if he wants. Yeah. But still, it's not, the eval is only -1, so it's not completely lost or anything. Any other ideas from this position though? What about maybe just kind of centralizing the queen here a little bit more? Nope, that's inaccurate. Losing a bishop this way? How do I lose the bishop? Take. Bishop can just come back. No? Oh. Oh. Skewering to win the queen, okay. That's why that was so dangerous. That's why this was inaccurate. So to know this was a bad move, I would have had to see a couple moves later that if the bishop is kicked out, I mean, anytime the king and the queen are aligned like this, that should be something to look for. But you don't notice it sometimes when you have a lot of other pieces in between, but if he kicks that, this comes back, then he has this, and it's guarded by the rook. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So there were not many good moves in this position, so that's why I was sitting here for a while. I couldn't figure out what to play. What if I just go... What if I just go, like, king over here? Just put the king on a slightly safer square. That's best. Okay. So I could have just played that and been fine. Just maintain the center control, not try to advance anything. I think this was the most reasonable thing to play. Even though the engine wanted this, but I don't think I would have played that. I just don't want to be down 2 pawns. And I didn't see like a huge advantage from this, aside from kicking his bishop back. So I think king over was reasonably like the best move I probably could have found. So I should have played that. Okay, now let's continue on. I paused for a while there. So here was a miss. That was a miss by him actually, by not taking. And now we're about equal. To force an isolated pawn, it says, is what it wanted. So a couple moves here. Knight attacks here. He has 2 defenders. Bishop comes here. Okay, we take. Doesn't he... Yeah, develop the knight. Ooh, and then we come in with an attack on the queen. What's this about? Oh, that's what it's about. Yeah, okay. I would not have been seeing all this, but we go here. If he takes, then we win the queen. Pretty cool. Okay, let's go back though, because we didn't play any of that. I just wanted to see what the misses were. Okay, taking back with the bishop was bad. Yeah. I should have just kept using the pawns to block his off. I just didn't want to open this up though. I mean, it is guarded here, but it's a major potential danger going forward, so that's the reason why I think I took that way, but I still had to take back. Didn't I have to take back with the pawn afterwards anyway? Let me see. Take here. No, I took back with the queen. Oh yeah, so I was just trying to avoid opening this up for his queen and rook here. So that's the reason I played those moves, but it's just giving us both all these misses. Your better option was to recapture a piece. You permitted the opponent to pin a queen to the king. Oh, so I actually totally blundered this actually. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Okay, but I can block, but then he can take here. So at least I don't lose the queen, but it's -3 almost. Okay, he missed that. We trade. And then he blocks here with the knight. I was thinking if he goes here, so I can't take the rook. But we take here, he takes, and then I take this pawn. So then we're back to pretty equal position. He has a slight advantage, but nothing major. So that's why he blocked with the knight instead. Okay, knight back was not good. Yeah, here I just could not figure out what to do. Like, my pieces were so uncoordinated. I'm trying to defend this pawn with the rook. Don't want to open that up and give him another free pawn. And the 2 rooks are completely unconnected. The queen's not connected. The knight at this point is not connected. So I just have all these unconnected pieces. And I couldn't figure out what to do with them. But here's where I realized that my time was really low. And I just started trying to play quicker, I think. Just create a quick, like, micro threats that he has to think about. So that's what I started going for. And then I like this a lot. Once I was able to hop the knight in here, push that pawn, now we have a major threat of pushing this pass pawn with the rook behind it later on. And this knight is at the same time threatening this fork. So this was the moment where I actually felt like, why can't I can't draw any arrows at all. I drew like every wrong arrow. Yeah, here. Threatening this fork if the queen ever moves. So this is the point where I actually felt like I had some pretty nice counterplay. And he kept pushing these pawns, which was kind of throwing me off. I didn't know what to do about it. So I went here because it guards this pawn, but it says this was a mistake. My best move was to move the rook to safety, which is what I did, but you know, the engine doesn't explain like why this square is safer. Because this square seems more dangerous because now it's being looked at by the queen. So if my queen moves, I guess the knight guards it too, so maybe it's fine, but I figured getting here to defend this one and then freeing up the other rook to move made more sense, but apparently it wasn't, but the engine isn't explaining Why? Let me just see. It says show idea retreat. Okay, apparently we can just win the pawn. But isn't he just able to... Wait, what the... Isn't he just able to, if I go there, just push it again? Oh no, because I'm blocking... Never mind, I didn't see that actually, that I can use the rook to block the queen's defense of the pawn. That makes more sense now. That's why that's the best. Because we attack it and the queen doesn't defend if he pushes. I didn't notice that. Okay, so we didn't do that. We attack the pawn this way. Attack it with the rook, and now he didn't have a way to defend it. Position still -1. We're able to take that. Oh yeah, he basically trapped the rook here, but I didn't really care too much because once I take here and he takes, we get a knight and a pawn, and we also get a lot of activity in his position, and we're threatening the fork right away. So that actually worked out just fine. The engine liked it. And then that was a blunder because of the fork. We take, and now he's under 2 minutes here. And I'm still at 1:20 about. Minute 17. This was a mistake. It wanted me to push the pawn first. Okay, so just try to get as much initiative with the pawn as possible. I just was a little worried about, like, I guess he can't check or anything. I was a little worried about him doing something with the queen attacking my king here. So I think that's why I wanted to drop back and just pressure his pawn. But if I push my pawn, I have a +1 advantage now here. So I'm have a pretty strong winning chance. Drop back, and then yeah, I can just keep pushing. This is blockaded. Okay, he goes over, I go here. Oh, that says it's a miss actually. Oh, just take here so that he doesn't win that pawn, I guess. Yeah. Wait, why doesn't he take here? Oh, I take here with check. Nice. Okay, yeah, now I'm completely winning. 3.7 advantage. So we were really close to getting that correct position, but I went back to drop, back to defend here instead of pushing. And then he was able to win that pawn because I didn't take it quick enough. And then I took this pawn back. And then I started dropping back to defend. This king move, I wanted to like try to put the rook here, but I kind of forgot he could just go to this square, and then I had to like go back. But then we just got a trade, which was fine with me because I had a more advanced pawn than him. Although apparently we're just drawn. Yeah, because he was able to get behind the pawn, which is much better. Because he was able to move first onto the H file. We're still drawn though here. But I can't. I think if I could have gotten behind the pawn, I would be totally winning. Check. And then at this point, he's at 17 seconds. I'm at 37. So I just was trying to flag him, and that's it. I even hung this pawn, not noticing. I just was like trying to get him to think and trade and do something. And now he's at 9 seconds. So the chance of him promoting while I still have a rook and can give checks and checkmating me in that 9 seconds is very unlikely. So I just was checking and moving as fast as possible, and then he ran out of time. So yeah, for a rare occasion, I actually won on time in a rapid game. Normally, it's the time that causes me to lose. And we're at 1284, a new high, and we're only a couple games away from hitting 1300 if I get a couple wins. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. This has been day, what is it, 114, I think? Or 113, I don't remember. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.